In the middle of a big, hot desert lived a tiny talking cactus. His name was Tiko, and he really wanted to see the ocean. You see, Tiko had heard amazing stories about the ocean from a wise old owl that lived near him. It told stories about giant whales singing, beautiful dolphins leaping through the air, and mysterious mermaids hiding in the coral. All the animals around Tiko wanted to visit the ocean, but they were too afraid to leave their homes. They were afraid of the world. But not Tiko. No, sir. He didn't want to just hear about the ocean. He wanted to touch it, smell it, and taste it. So one day he set off on a grand journey across the desert to find it. The first thing he came across was a huge sandstorm. So big it looked like a hungry monster ready to gobble up anyone who dared cross it. Most tiny cacti would have been scared and stayed put, but not Tiko. No, sir. He took a deep breath, stood up tall, and shouted, "Hey, sand monster, I know you're in there. Let me out." Then he started dancing. He danced and he danced until the storm went away, and he could see again. And you know what? It worked. Tiko was so happy to see the other side of the sandstorm that he couldn't stop smiling. Then he continued his journey. He walked past prickly pear plants, jumping sand dunes, and over rocky hills. After a while, Tiko got tired and thirsty. He hadn't brought any water with him, and now the sun was starting to set. Suddenly he saw a faint light coming from inside a cave nearby. Thinking it might be a mirage, he approached cautiously. But then he heard a voice saying, "Who's there? Who's there?" Startled Tiko replied, "It's just me, a tiny cactus looking for some water." The voice said, "Well, come in then, but don't be alarmed if your eyes pop out of your head." Tiko thought, what a funny thing to say, but he was too thirsty to care. So he entered the cave. Inside, the walls were covered with sparkling crystals that glowed in the dark, creating a beautiful rainbow on the ground. Tiko had never seen anything so pretty, and he couldn't take his eyes off it. Then he noticed the source of the light. It was a little glowing worm no bigger than his finger. He said my eyes would pop out of my head, Tiko said, still staring at the beautiful colors. "Oh, I'm sorry," the worm said. "I didn't mean to startle you. I'm just a little shy. Do you want some water?" Tiko snapped out of his trance and quickly said, "Yes, thank you. That would be lovely." The worm squirreled away for a moment, then returned with a small pool of water. Tiko drank his fill and felt much better. Then he thanked the worm and said goodbye. As Tiko continued on his way, he started to feel sad. He realized he was all alone. He thought about how the other animals in the desert had reacted when he told them about his plans to see the ocean. They had laughed at him and told him to stay home. Now he was far from home and didn't have any friends to help him on his journey. Just then, a small voice said, "Excuse me, Mr. Cactus, but do you mind moving your foot off of my tail?" Startled, Tiko looked down and saw a little turtle struggling to free its tail from under his foot. "Oh, I'm sorry," said Tiko. "I didn't see you there." "It's all right," the turtle said, "but please hurry up. I'm late for dinner and Grumpy Gus will have a fit if I'm not there on time." "Grumpy Gus," Tiko repeated. "Is that a turtle?" "No, silly," the turtle said. "Grumpy Gus is a grumpy Gus, a creature who lives under rocks and gets mad when you disturb him." Tiko knew he had to be careful. If Grumpy Gus got angry, he might crush the little turtle. So without wasting a moment, Tiko quickly moved his foot and the turtle scurried away. Tiko continued on his way, feeling bad for not helping the turtle. Then he remembered what the turtle had said about Grumpy Gus getting mad. Tiko had an idea. Maybe he could trick Grumpy Gus into doing something nice for him. So he started walking towards the sound of rocks tumbling. Soon, he spotted a rock that looked like it had been recently moved. Perfect. He stood on top of it and shouted, "Okay, Grumpy Gus, I know you're underneath there. Come out and let me buy you some tacos." A small, grumpy face poked out of the rock. "Oh," he said suspiciously. "Do you have any beef with beans and cheese?" "Sure," Tiko said with a smile. "Let's go to my house, and I'll make us some." And just like that, Grumpy Gus left his rock and followed Tiko towards the turtle's house. When they arrived, Tiko explained the situation to the turtle, and together they made some tacos for Grumpy Gus. As they ate, Tiko told Grumpy Gus all about his plans to see the ocean. Grumpy Gus listened quietly. Then suddenly he said, "Actually, I've always wanted to see the ocean too. Would you mind if I joined you?" Tiko and the turtle were very happy to hear this. But before they knew it, Grumpy Gus fell asleep from eating too many tacos. "Oh dear," Tiko said. "We need to wake him up. Can't leave without him." Tiko and the turtle tried shaking Grumpy Gus, but nothing seemed to work. Then Tiko had an idea. He tickled Grumpy Gus's nose with a leaf, and the Grumpy Gus sneezed so hard that he woke up. "I can't believe I fell asleep," he said. "We have to hurry." Together, the three friends raced towards the setting sun, eager to reach the ocean before it was too late. After a while, they heard the sound of crashing waves. Excited, they ran faster, pushing through tall grass and over fallen logs. Finally, they reached a clearing and gasped in amazement. Before them lay the most beautiful sight they had ever seen. The sun was setting over a vast, sparkling ocean. Tiko couldn't believe his dream was coming true. But then he noticed something strange. The ocean was on the other side of the clearing, and between them stood a tall, sturdy wall. "Oh no," Tiko said. "How are we going to get down there?" Then a wise old owl flew down from a tree. "Having trouble, little ones?" he asked. Tiko explained their problem, and the owl said, "Don't worry, I know just the thing." He led them to a small hole in the wall, where a family of moles lived. "Can you help us dig a tunnel under this wall?" Tiko asked. "Of course," the moles said. "It's what we do best." And before long, they had dug a tunnel just big enough for Tiko, Grumpy Gus, and the turtle to crawl through. On the other side, they crawled out of the hole and onto the beach. The warm sand felt soft and squishy under their feet. Then Tiko did the thing he had dreamed of doing for so long. He touched the waves, he splashed in the shallow water, and even collected a seashell to remember his trip by. After spending the whole afternoon at the beach, it was time to head home. As they walked back, Tiko realized something. He had seen the ocean, but the real treasure was the friends he had made along the way. He had learned that being patient sometimes meant waiting for the right moment to do something brave. Being kind to others could lead to unexpected friendships, and believing in yourself could help you achieve your dreams. Tiko knew he would never forget his amazing adventure and the friends he had made along the way.